Hello, so this is the first in a series of videos which should explain the DAON theory. So the first thing to explain is why do we need another theory of physics? And we should first separate the physics into two branches. The first one is applied physics. Applied physics, you just take a formula and you use it, and you can obtain nice results that you can see around you. For instance, the telephone, the computer, airplane, I don't know, a lot of things around you. And then the other part is what's called theoretical physics, which is to try to explain what is the underlying phenomena of nature. And well, you have quite some problems to explain this. Let us take a look as a much possible simple interaction. Let's say we take two charges and we look at the interaction between these two charges. You get an equation for the force or the electric field, like you see, and another equation for the potential or the energy. As you can see from these two formulas, you get immediately into trouble. And that is if you close the distance between the two charges. The distance is assigned as an r. And when the r goes to a very small value, then the electric field as well as the potential goes to extremely high values, and this is not physical. In fact, what is shown here is that a charge must have some extension. If the charge was point formed, then this formula could be valid to very short distances. But it's not the case. We have some extension. For instance, the potential at some distance away, the energy becomes bigger than the energy of the charge itself, which is obviously nonsense. So this has to stop at some distance away from the charge, and you obtain the correct behavior, but at some distance away. So at close distances, you get serious problems. That's just to show that there is no really no understanding of this interaction at short distances. You have another serious problem, and that is the Coulomb constant, which you see in front of this formula as a C. And this Coulomb constant has quite strange units, which means that this constant has some internal structure. I mean, this has to be built by other parameters underlying, and this is a problem, of course. In fact, if you look at any formula which is used in applied physics, you find that they all have at least one constant, maybe many constants in certain cases. And these values of these constants are never explained, because you don't know why they have these values. It's just a fitting procedure from experimental data which gives these values here. So if you now take, for instance, an atom, you have some nucleus with some positive charge, and you have some electrons turning around somehow within the atom. Now, how is this one electron, let us say, how can this electron know where are the other electrons at a certain time? He has to know the distance, velocity, acceleration, etc. of all the other charges to be able to communicate with these other charges. Today we believe that it is some virtual photon or some package of information which are sent between the charges. But this looks very strange, because even with a small computer you will not be able to calculate the exact trajectories of all these charges within the electron. This is absolutely not possible. I mean, an electron don't run around with a big computer under the arm. So this is absolutely stupidity. I mean, doesn't work like this. So all theories which are using any virtual particle exchange or boson or whatever you want, they are wrong. I mean, this is not possible. This is completely nonsense. So from this we will show later on how it works. Okay. We have also another problem looking again at these formulas. This is that if you look to the potential, which is some sort of energy, which is usually connected to some sort of mass, they are distributed around the charge to quite far off distances, which means that the space around the charge must contain something to explain the potential energy as well as field, in fact, around a charge at far off distances. This is means that the space has to have some constitute some sort of constituents. And if you look again on the light speed, why should there be a limit of speed? I mean, there is no reason that there should be some limit. If the space would be empty, then there would be no limit. So this means again that the space has to contain something to explain the limit of velocity. This, of course, creates problem with the relativity theory, which supposes that the space is empty, and this doesn't seem to be the case at all. In fact, this theory, which I will present in the coming videos, is the DAON theory. The word DAON comes from a particle that we hypothetically impose. So space is made up of a DAON, which is a spherical object with a rotating object. So we have a rotational axis and some sort of substance turning around, and from this we can explain everything, in fact. So we will show this later on. Now, in the following video, we will go in to the relativity theory. We will show that this relativity theory, or special relativity theory in this case, is, you cannot say it's completely wrong, but is flawed. It has a specific problem which we will present, and this will be the cornerstone for new physics. Okay, so see you in the next video if you're interested.